Ready.
All right. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Black Hair in the Big Leagues. I'm your host, Salisha Thomas. And you guys, I've got like some butterflies in the tum tum today. Oh my goodness. The person who I have on today, I finally have gotten to meet him in person. I just met him about a month ago. He is a professional hairstylist. So we've got a hairstylist on the call today. He's been in the business for well over 20 years and he hails from Southern California. Wow. Originally Israel, but his salon is in Southern California and he specializes in naturally curly hair. He does a curl by curl dry cut. I heard about him pre-pandemic and was all over his pages. I wanted to get in for a haircut with him, but I'm like, oh, it's 3,000 miles away. This is not cheap. I can't get out there. But then my friend went and she had like this religious experience. I'm like, what the heck? I had the worst FOMO ever. Well, cut to 2022. I finally got an appointment myself. And oh my, it was not easy, folks. It wasn't hard. It's not impossible, but it was definitely not easy. And I finally got in. I got out to California and let's see here. I've gone to some awesome people in the past who have done my hair, who have cut my curls, who have cared for my hair. But I can finally say I have found someone who this is my favorite experience, who I am excited to go back to. And I have a whole blog about it on my page detailing that because right now I really want to get to talking to him. I am honored to have him on Black Hair in the Big Leagues today. He's been featured on Essence, Teen Vogue, Oprah.com, Cosmo, People, Us Weekly, InStyle. The list literally goes on and on. Y'all, please put your hands together and help me welcome the one, the only, Curl Doctor Shai Amiel.
For the
Ah,
crowd,
the crowd goes
they're so
wild.
excited.
Oh, good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm doing great.
Where are you today?
I'm actually sitting outside watching my new pet owl.
I'm sorry, you're what?
A baby owl, a juvenile owl, decided to make my property its home, and he chose the tree right above my front door. And I'm obsessed. And all I do is sit there and watch him nap. It's
Oh
fascinating.
my gosh. That is very like I was not expecting any of that. And that's awesome. And you're in Southern California right now?
Yeah, I'm in LA.
Hi. So I
Hello.
just saw you about a month ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And PS, Shy, today is my wash day.
It
So
looks
I'm
great.
thanks. I've really like tried not to touch it. I'm like, oh, I want big hair. And in the past, if I wanted big hair on day one, I would do all this stuff with my new pick. Come on, curl Dr. Pick. Come on. I would try to pick it out and do all this stuff and I wouldn't understand why it got so frizzy if it is my day one curls. I'm like, okay, maybe I should let it dry
Mhm.
and mold. But
B.
yeah, just let it be. But I just want to ask you just to get us started, like how did you find this world? Or how did this world find you?
Well, start doing hair in the 90s. Everybody wanted those big stripy bleach highlights and everybody got crazy blowouts. So that means everybody. And I would just start to get frustrated because certain clients' hair didn't look as good as others. And it was killing me because I do the same thing. I'm trying to be very delicate with my process. I'm trying to burn their hair because I know it's dramatic to bleach and do blowouts. But I'm still not getting the whole curly world. And I noticed that certain clients that were getting those blowouts, their hair looked better. And then started analyzing their hair and see what their hair does and trying to find ways that we can dry their hair after the color appointment that is really minimal, processing applications. So we decided to let it air dry. And those women that don't get blowouts will tell me, well, I diffuse my hair sometimes. So I'm like, can I watch? you know?
Interesting. I actually was wondering about that. And I've got a lot of technical questions for you, things that I've been
Yeah.
wondering that I know other people are probably also wondering. And I'm going to just go out of order because you just mentioned it. But like, how important is a diffuser? Is it important? Do I have to use it? Is it okay if I don't?
So the diffuser process, what it does, it mimics the hot air, the element, the sun, the heat that is created around you. So if you let the hair air dry, it takes a long time sometimes for certain
Yeah.
hair textures.
Yeah.
So the dryer can make the process a little bit faster. It depends how the dryer is used and depends on your hair condition, and curl pattern actually does come in play when it comes to drying your hair because different curls will be dried differently with a diffuser. So all you're trying to do is create warm air around your hair so the moisture evaporates faster. Um,
Do I need like if I because I haven't used a diffuser in a while, but right now I've got like this cheap blow dryer. And the diffuser has broken. Like, will it make a difference if I got a better brand? If I spent more money, does it matter? Like, the does the brand
with
matter?
without going into brands and trying to promote actual brands, it does make a difference if the airflow that comes out of the dryer is better for your hair. So if it's crazy wind and it's like big holes and just blows the hair everywhere, it's not going to be good of a drying as a dryer diffuser that just blows constant, very low wind, hot air. So it
Okay.
does make a difference on the type of a dryer.
I'm glad that you said that because one of the biggest things that I've noticed since coming to you, because I have definitely, do you know how many things I've thrown in the trash since getting home? How many products? I'm like, you know what? Let me just clear all this out. I haven't used that in a long time anyway, and I'm not going to use it again. I love, and obviously this is not a sponsored thing or anything, but still, I do want to say what the things that I do love. I love using InnerSense since coming to your salon. Literally, my and you use had a lot of different products used on me when I went to Capella Salon. Um, my hair is different. It feels different after wash day. It feels like the whole process. My hair is softer. My fiance is like, "Wait, your hair is so soft." He's like, and there's nothing on his. Usually, he puts his hands in my hair, and his hand is covered
Oh God,
in.
that's my biggest pet peeve. As a
Oh,
man that thinks about comfort of a human being, I just think of comfort. What feels good, and I wouldn't want my head to be greasy or slimy or dripping oil.
right. And
Yeah,
I
so
didn't really think about it. I'm like, well, this is what I have to do to make my hair look moisturized and conditioned, and it just has to be dripping all the time. And that is not true. And so that's something that I learned from my visit with you. So my question for you is, how do you know? I thought I had a lot of products that were good for me. How do you differentiate between products that you're like, this is a yes for me and this is going to be a no?
um, I look at the ingredients to begin with, and then I open the bottle and put the product in my hand, and I just kind of work it with my fingers. If it disappears into my skin and it feels like it's gone, then it has hope. It might evaporate. But if I keep doing this, it just becomes slimier and oilier and greasier and just doesn't go away. It won't dissolve into my water in my hair. It will just sit on the surface like it does on my skin. And that means it's not going to penetrate the hair and work together with the hair texture that I have. And you don't want just to sit there on the surface, you know it's not going to do
Oh,
anything. It has to go into the hair and work with the technical part of our hair, chemistry part.
I feel like I got in trouble when I sat in your chair and I thought I'd done every shy. I was like, I washed my hair. I put a little bit of conditioner in it. It's detangled. I did my part. I'm good. And you called me out so fast. You were like, what's in your hair right now?
Yeah. I touched it. I felt it.
Like, how did you? And wait, did you know that I had Shea Moisture products in my hair, or did you just know it was something that you just didn't like?
First, I touched it and felt what it did into my hand. And then after being around it for a while, I started getting the smell of it. And I could smell that common, familiar scent, where
Common familiar.
it's a really good scent, but it doesn't remove what a cleanser should remove from our heads when it purifies your scalp. And when those certain ingredients and scents that your body creates naturally aren't removed, and then you pile on top that really strong scent, together it combines to a new scent that is just not normal. It doesn't smell fresh.
Ah, and in my mind, I was like, I just washed it. It's fresh. I'm good to go. You were like, don't ever use this ever again. I'm like, what? I.
And you're a prime example because your hair today, and I'm sure you can be, a true testament of what it is. Your hair looks better today than it did when you left our salon.
That is insane.
And it's true. It's not like we do it so well. It's because we found a way that works, that makes your life easier and makes your hair healthier.
Which, thank you,
But
by the way,
you're welcome. You're
because I
welcome.
love the way it
That's
looked when I
yeah,
left.
yeah. We want to teach what we know, and the reason that we really want clients to come in without all that added buildup, because I would have loved to give you your hair after he looked 4 or 5 times of you washing it, and you would have had that at our salon with your first visit had you not used the products that kind of create a barrier that makes that the end game so much further away. So we want to give our clients the best possible results. And a lot of times, because we've done it for so long and because we're so experienced and because we've delivered over the years, there are really high expectations that people set when they come to visit us.
Dang. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
The expectations are really high because I totally understand and I respect anybody that's willing to wait how long it takes to get an appointment, pay the
Yes.
price that it takes, and on
Yes.
top of that, make the arrangements to get to my place,
Yeah.
and then sit through the process that takes so long. But we want to do that right. We want to do it so it takes a long time. So people come in with high expectations, and if they're not willing to be a partner in this process and get the hair ready for the process that we do, the next step, it makes it very difficult for us to deliver what we are expected to deliver.
So,
And that's important to us to deliver.
yeah, I want to ask you because you touched on something as an artist. Like, I'm an artist and you're an artist, but in different ways. I'm on stage and you're cutting hair, but what you just described is something that I can absolutely relate to. And I want to know, how do you deal with that pressure when people are like, I like, for me, it's like, oh, I just paid a lot of ticket to see a show that you're on stage, and people are paying a lot of money to sit in your chair and they're expecting the world. How do you deal with that pressure each individual time and still enjoy it? Because I know when I was there, you had joy. You,
It's fun.
yeah. How do you not let it get to you? How do you not let the pressure get to you and also continue to have fun?
Well, I understand that being a hairdresser is a blue collar. I'm here to provide a service. So once you come into terms with the fact that you're getting paid to provide a service, it's up to you whether to provide the best possible service or not. You know, Even though we're considered artists, I'm more like an artist where you can get to choose the end results of your art.
Oh,
Where if
yes.
you go buy a piece of art, or you go buy a song, or you go listen to a comedian, or you go watch a movie, the artist chooses how to perform 100% to what they want to do. I
Yeah.
don't have that ability. I don't have 100% control of my art. my art is translated by the communication with the client. So even
Yeah.
though I have the ability and the skill and the knowledge and experience to do what I think is best, without that joint communication that creates, harmony, that works together and creates something together, it doesn't work. So clients
Right.
have to come in understanding that I'm going to trust this person to do what they know how to do best.
Yeah.
Either I go along with their way and hopefully I can come out on top a winner, which I should if I believe this method. But if I don't believe in this method and I don't think it's the right fit, it's not going to work when you come in and just try to go against the grain, because I don't,
Yeah.
you don't go to a sushi restaurant and say, I want ketchup.
Right?
I don't know how to do hair with a greasy film. I can make hair that's really damaged look bouncy like your hair that's really healthy. I don't have that ability. I'm not a magician. I'm a beautician.
I love I love, and I also loved while I was there were other people who looked like me in and out of your chair. I'm like, okay. And I saw a little bit of that on your page, which gave me the confidence, to come in the first place. But it was cool to see other girls. I'm like, oh, she has hair like me. Oh wait, her hair needs some help. And then by the time she leaves, I'm like, damn,
I want
I mean,
that.
who is that? Oh
I
my
want that
gosh.
hair.
I'm like, Salisha, stop staring. You are staring. Like it was so cool to see the process on somebody else. I'm like, I just had that and I'm looking at me, but it's cool to see it on somebody else who has hair just like mine. And also something that you said, Shai, you were like, listen, Salisha, I can take off a little bit of hair, I can take off a lot of bit of hair. Either way, you're gonna look great. So what do you want? And that's what you did.
Yeah,
That's
thank
what
you.
you did. And you cut off hair, plenty of hair, and by the time it was all the way done, it looked like I had more hair than when I walked in. That I mean, you say you're a beautician, not a magician, but that felt pretty magical.
It looked longer when you
It
walked
did.
out. Yeah, but how long did you spend detangling your hair?
Um,
The whole process of the
yeah, yeah,
cleansing, the hydrating, the
right.
tangling, applying the product under the dryer with the treatment. Like, it's such a tedious process that you are receiving. We receive almost like, I mean, not to put it in a very blunt way, but you almost like you receive a Ziploc full of Lego pieces, and then you pull them apart and you put them all together, and all you're giving is putting the hair in order and separating each and every individual ringlet so the hair can move on its own. And that's what we want to teach our clients, how to have individual ringlets.
Yes, that is what I want. I'm like, how do these girls be doing this down the street and their hair just like when the wind picks it up, you can see all the curls. When the wind has picked up my hair in the past, it's just one clump. Boom, boom. I'm like,
My head moves.
I want to be like those sexy girls with all the ringlets. Okay,
Like this.
yes, with the wind. Yes. Okay, I want to know, how have you ever, Shai Amiel, have you ever had imposter syndrome, or were you born knowing I'm gonna do hair? Like, have you always had a confidence in it? Do you ever have to
What's
convince yourself?
imposter syndrome? What is that?
Oh my God. For those who are listening, isn't
I'm
that
foreign.
that is, wow, that's already a blessing that you don't even know what it is. That
I'm
is,
foreign.
okay. So imposter syndrome is when you are thrust into a job or the spotlight or any kind of place of like you've got a platform, anything like you got a promotion, anything that is deemed as really awesome. You are in that position. And when a lot of people who have imposter syndrome, it's like they're like, oh my gosh, are people going to find out that I'm not the real deal? Do I deserve to be here? Am I good enough? But really, yes, you are good enough. But the imposter syndrome is, I am not I'm not actually this good and people are going to find me out at any moment. Have you ever experienced that, or have you always had the confidence like, yeah, I deserve to be here. I am that good.
I feel like I'm still learning. So since I'm always evolving and learning, I've never come to place where I'm top of the food chain kind of deal, because hair grows every day. So if you're always evolving and learning, you're still climbing up and trying to be better at your craft. So you can't stop. You can't stop along the way and just look back. I'm grateful for the career that I've had. I'm definitely feeling that I'm blessed to be here, but I feel like I've earned it through like the experiences that I've had. So
I
no, I just I'm a blue collar hairdresser. I might be well known, but I just cut hair. It's a job that I have to do well. There's no other way.
Shai, like listening to you, I don't think you realize like that is so refreshing what you just said, and to hear how humble, because you could have an attitude if you wanted to and you don't. I'm sorry, my camera's going in and out, it's so blurry right now, but it is so refreshing to hear that, and that you are still feeling like a student even though are very you are very good at what you do. And
Thank you.
so no, it's just really great. It's in touching to hear.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so I guess a follow-up would be, when did you have, like, cuz you're not cheap, okay?
No.
You're
Yeah.
not. When
And
did you
what's
have?
funny thing is, sorry to stop
Yeah,
there at the price
please.
point. People tell me that there's other stylists that do what I do and charge way more. And they ask me why I don't charge more. And when I give them my reasons, they think I'm crazy, because I feel like I don't want to be priced out to a point where the average person can't save up and get a haircut. Because, honestly, if you get a haircut once a year or twice a year properly, you're in better shape than a person that gets 5 wrong haircuts a year. And if you do the math like that, it's still more economical to save up and get a really good haircut and not get a haircut for 6 to 8 months than just getting like little snips here and there with a little blowout. So, and
Yeah.
when I find out other people that charge way more than me ask me why I don't charge more, and I feel like I don't want to cater only to the really wealthy or only the people that have saved up for that one time. I want to have regulars. I want to have college students that
Mm,
can afford it. Maybe they don't come every 6 weeks, but they don't need to come every 6 weeks. So they
yeah.
come once a year, twice a year. It's doable. So I like being able to connect to the clients like me, which is regular people. And if I just had a really large, wealthy clientele, I think I would be kind of like uncomfortable, because it's not me,
I
you know?
That's so interesting. Yeah. Wait, Shai, what was I gonna ask you? I was gonna say, oh wait, oh yeah. Well, okay. And I am that regular person who I'm like, I did save up, and and I can't, if you were more expensive, I'm like, I don't even know if I would have ever gotten in there. And I'm so glad that I did have the opportunity to get in your chair, because I will be coming back. I already know that I want you to be a part. Shai,
Thank you. It
I
was
want you to
fun.
be a part of my life.
It's been fun so far. And you're talking about me having attitude. I thought I gave you some attitude in my chair,
Oh, you
but
did. You were like, don't
but
you use that again. How could you?
but that's when I get really like protective over my client's hair, because the hair doesn't have control of what you do to it. It's almost like a child. Your hair is like your
Yes.
kid, and you're like the parent. And if I don't school the parent won't treat their kids properly. So I have to school the parent.
Yes. Oh
It's
my
like
gosh. Well, yeah, that is a great way to put it. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I remember what I was going to ask you. Okay, and so I was saying, from a regular person's point of view, like, you are like charging, well, I guess you could be charging way more. But in my eyes, I was like, you're charging your worth. And I want to know, like, I'm always on a confidence journey, which is why I'm asking these questions. When did you find the confidence to charge what you charge? Because I think that is, a lot of people undercharge themselves, and like, for their services. And I know we just had a conversation that kind of makes this a little bit more confusing, but do you kind of get what I'm asking?
Yeah. When I started doing hair in 94, the going rate for a traditional haircut that would take a 45-minute appointment was $85. That was the going rate in the industry, and that was in 1994.
Yeah.
So if you just equate what home prices are going for and what gas prices are going for and what insurance goes for and what
Yeah.
everything goes for, everything and rent, what rent goes, my salon rent is $16,000 a month.
Oh,
It's
what? Wait, what?
yeah, just rent.
What?
Yeah, it's LA. It's expensive to live here. We have staff,
Oh
we
my God.
have people working and assistants and receptionists and insurance and phone and towel service. And people think it's easy to own a business. It's not cheap to own a business, but if you do it right, you had a really good experience. So I felt like we're doing something right, and we're
Yes.
given. I mean, there's a reason Capella has been in business since '95. There's a reason. We are giving our clients the best possible salon experience that we know how to give as clients that have gone to other salons in the past. So I think we're able to do it, staying with the cost of living in the
Holy
U.S.
cow. That is incredible. Just like as a business perspective, for that to cost so much and for you to be doing wow, like God is blessing you. Let's go. We love, like, I mean, people out here in New York know who you are. I was going to get my hair cut by somebody else here and I couldn't get an appointment and it was last minute, blah, blah, blah. And I was already on the books with you. And so it, and they were like, "Wait, who are you going to?" I'm like, "Oh, his name's like they call him the Curl Doctor." Shot. They're like, "Oh, I know who that is." Like that is we're 3,000 miles away. Like you're doing something right. So, I mean,
You do it right. The more you do something right, the more it's shown and people see it and experience it. And if you believe in something and it's right, you can't go wrong with it. You know what I mean? Like it works. You take care of the hair, keep it healthy, it works. And it's cool because I've already had two of my clients trained as my assistants to work as hairdressers. Like they came in to get haircuts, they were clients, and the whole experience made them so inspired that they've gone to beauty school,
oh my
waited
God.
until I had an opening to be my assistant,
Oh my gosh.
worked with me as assistants, trained them, and they've gone to do hair. It's pretty cool to see that people want to learn how to do it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wait, what about you? Do you have I've never seen you always have a look and you have on a look right now for those of you who are listening to this podcast and not watching. Shai is very stylish. He has a look. He has the signature hat. He's got his jewelry on. He looked like this exactly when I was in his chair getting my hair cut. But what does your hair look like? Do you have curls? Are you bald? What is it straight hair?
I shave it now. Growing up, I actually had really really poofy curly hair that I didn't know what it meant to be curly. So growing up, I would ask for haircuts that I saw in magazines that I thought were cool. And I remember being a teenager, always going to the salon barbershop with pictures of Johnny Depp asking for spiky hair. And of course, nobody was able to do it. And it got to one point where, yeah,
You had
I wanted
curly hair
spiky
and
in the
asking for
90s.
spiky hair.
It was like early 90s, late 80s. And I remember I
Wow.
finally decided to save up my money. I was a 15-year-old kid babysitting. I saved up my babysitting money to go to like a real salon and to get a haircut. And I walked in and I showed the girl that I wanted, I chose like somebody that looked the youngest. She was like really like somebody I could relate to. And
Oh.
I said, I want spiky hair. And she looked at the pictures and she laughed in my face and gave me a haircut. I didn't know why she laughed in my face. I had no idea. I went home. It was not spiky. And I went back after I saved more money for another haircut. I went back to get a haircut. And as soon as I walk in the door, she sees me. She's like, "Oh, look who's here. It's Spike." Like they
No.
had a nickname for me at the salon. They made fun of
Ah,
me as Spike, the guy that, and she never bothered saying, "You have curly hair, you can't spike it." And nobody bothered explaining to me that I can't have certain looks because my hair was curly. I never even knew that what curly meant growing up. Like I never even thought about it. So it
that
wasn't like
is
something that that most people think about unless there's an awareness to it.
it's I would have never guessed that you had gone through something like that. I thought that that was just like a I don't know how many times have like I looked at a picture of somebody who doesn't have curls like mine, like they've got softer curls
Mm-hmm.
than me, and I'm like, yep, I want my hair to look like that. Well, Salisha, your curls are tighter than that. It's never gonna happen. It's not unless if you do something chemically to it. Like when you're looking at and you had curly hair and wanting spiky hair, I just ah,
And what's funny is 100% of the girls that have hair that's looser than yours would pay to have your hair. And I tell this to all my clients, like, you're just saying that. And I
uh,
prove all my clients wrong by just getting random clients. Because you see, one girl has loose hair, one girl has tight hair. And I
yes.
always have the clients talk to each other about their hair. And it's always like they want the other person's curls. It's always because I get it. You've had the same curl your whole life. And it's like it doesn't change. It's the same hair, same curls. I get it, but at least you can grow it and change the length of it and change the shapes of it and change the colors of it. And now that you know you have curly hair, you have options.
I want to ask you about reputation. What is your take on reputation? Like, on obviously you have a reputation. You have friends in the business who have reputations. We won't go into what we talked about in at your salon, but like who have good reputations and not good reputations. And what is your what's your take on having a positive or not positive reputation in your community or even the country?
Well, as far as hairdressers, unfortunately, there's two types. There's the type that loves to talk to their other hairdresser friends and make more hairdresser friends, which I value. And I have a lot of those friends that do hair. And we always talk about hair and we're very comfortable sharing, learning from each other, just being there for each other. Just talk about hair and not, making it look as if it's like a secret. So you try to associate with those type of people because
Interesting.
working in a salon, I've had hairdressers that work for me that would ask me for my color formulas all the time. And once in a while, where my assistant or I would say, "Oh, how did you do that color? What did you use?" Well, I can't give you my recipe. I don't share. But you've been asking me for 5 years my recipes.
Oh,
I've been sharing all of them. Why can't
oh,
you share me one?
oh.
Oh, because just how I operate. It's just that's what makes me different than you. It's okay. I guess you like to be on your own. And in a
Oh,
salon, and that's what you've seen. I think you've seen in my salon how the vibe is with the staff. They're very like engaging with each other. They're
yes.
very and that's the
Good
world that
atmosphere in there for
yeah,
sure.
that's the world I want to be in, and that's who I surround myself with other people that are happy to be in a place that shares and explains and makes everybody around them happier. So you're always gonna have haters, and you can't go through life doing something good without having haters.
Right?
And it's usually somebody that's jealous or lazy or
It's
or
true though.
don't want to put the work in, and they want to gain my 28 years of experience in 6 months. It just it
Wow.
doesn't happen. You have to climb the ladder and get to where you want to get. So
Wow.
you ignore the ones that are not positive, and I think they are usually left behind.
Wow.
Right, the positive goes forward, negative goes
Yeah.
backwards.
And the people who are trying to hold on to their own secrets and not be generous of them, like the it is interesting how that works out. I
And
yeah.
that's why, if you notice my Instagram, if you look at my posts, I just don't post pictures and say, "Oh, this is celebrity number one, celebrity number two." I never do that. I never even post sponsored posts. I don't take any payments for sponsoring posts about brands, products, anything. I'm trying to be as pure as and honest as possible. And that's why in posts, I usually stories. This is what I did. This is how I got to it. This is what we did. And that's the reason we did all this. And hopefully you learn. And it's not just, oh, you should go buy this shampoo. Oh, you should go buy this conditioner. It's never about that. I'll never try to push products on my clients or my, followers or whoever's reading my content. I want to share knowledge. Knowledge you can take with you. If I teach you knowledge and you move to a different island or a different country, you can take the knowledge with you and do your hair there. But if you just sell you products, you have to rely on those products, and then you're not relying on your own talent. You're relying on the products. So my thing is teaching my clients and followers and staff and assistants and students and everybody that how to have those tools in you so you can rely on yourself.
Wow. And you made me feel that way too when I was there. You're like, I'm going to tell you about the products I'm using on you, but you don't feel pressured at all to have to buy them. And it's so nice to take that pressure off of like, oh my gosh, I have to spend like $500 more on these products or else I'll never look like this again. And granted, I did buy some of those products and I'm so glad I did, but I didn't feel like, oh, I'm a failure if I leave this salon without buying these things. So I appreciate that so much. And also, sidebar question, what do you like better, cutting or coloring?
So, I came into hair with this like vision of, hair cutting, the Vidal Sassoon, and, that's what drew me in. As I got into hair, reality check, you're a 20-year-old kid that has never cut hair. You've never played with hair. You've never touched a woman's hair. You've never even seen a woman do a hair. And cutting hair is not that simple. So I learned color and I realized that, I'm kind of a nerd and I love science, I love math. And you can create formulas with color without having to have that technical ability of sections and guidelines and haircuts. And I was just dove deep into into the world of hair color, and that just sucked me in. I just kept going deeper and deeper into hair color. And the more I learn about hair color, the more I learn about how to color hair, the more I pay attention to what hair color does to the hair. And the more I understood what happens to hair. And that gave me the understanding of what needs to happen to have hair healthier. And then by understanding what needs to happen for the hair to be healthier, also learn how to cut it to make it look better. So I love coloring because it's such a nerdy, vibey thing, like of a nerd. But cutting hair is such a fun thing to do because as you're cutting, the shape happens in front of your very own eyes.
Right, it really does.
Where color, I'm like putting all these fun colors. I'll see you in 5 hours and I'll see how it turned out. And it's just, to me, just like, I'm over it. It's like, and then really it comes out, like, wow, that looks really good. Okay, I'm excited again. But okay. The 5 hours of waiting for what you've put into it to come to life on hair color, it's like,
wait, that's really.
When did we do this?
That is so funny. And also, I am so mad at myself that I did not get my hair colored while I was there. But I'm like, thank you for like not pressuring me. But man, I am really looking forward to that on my next visit with you, getting my hair colored.
Yeah, so leave for yourself 28 hours to be a hair appointment.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're about to wrap up. Okay. I want to ask you, what is your highest vision for yourself?
In my industry, career-wise?
Actually, however you want to answer that. It can be about hair. It doesn't have to be.
Well, since we're talking hair, I mean, in my dream, I'd love to have a school, like, a big campus school where I can just teach humans whether they want to do hair or they don't want to do hair, just what I've learned, and just keep sharing it. I mean, that will be, for me, the most fun is I envision walking from chair to chair and just telling people you can do this, it'll make your life better. And I would love that. But it's really hard to do it, without having the funds to, buy a structure and build it. In LA, it's not going to happen. I know that. It's not going to happen without prices.
But honestly, I just wanted you to put that out into the universe because anything that you put your mind to, it can absolutely happen. You've
Thank you.
already
It almost
done.
happened. I said no to it in Amsterdam.
What? Wait.
Yeah, it was an offer for me to open a school there, and I just couldn't do it.
Oh, is it that you want to live in California? Do you?
I just want to be around my family. I just
Oh,
don't. I don't want to live my life to work, and then when I'm 80, enjoy 5 years of retirement.
yeah.
I work 4 days a week. I work, long hour days.
Yeah.
I don't want to just work my entire life. So
Yeah. I feel
if
that.
something easier happens, maybe. But Amsterdam seemed like it would be a big commitment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
And to be away from, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what though? It's still possible for everything to align and for the location to be exactly what you want. And I I'm just excited to watch the journey and I'll be
Thank
checking
you.
in each
Thank
year.
you.
So
Thank you.
and before I let you go, what are you most grateful for today?
Today, I'm grateful to be alive and healthy. I mean, that's my daily gratefulness, is to
Mm,
be alive and healthy, because health is not something you can choose. So when you have it, enjoy it.
ah, yeah.
You
Um,
know,
Amen. How can people find you, Shy?
I'm on Instagram mostly. That's my name. So at Shai Amiel. I have a Twitter, same at. My website is my name.com. Yeah.
And I'll put that
Miss.
all in the box, in the
Yeah,
description
and
box.
people can always tag me in their posts, and if they have questions, happy to help with guiding people how to enjoy their hair like you're enjoying yours.
I
That's
love
what we're
it.
trying to do here.
I
That's
love it,
that's
Shy.
yeah,
Oh,
because it's amazing, and it's like
thank
giving
you.
somebody a really, really difficult how to drive race car and not knowing how to drive it. Because once you
Right?
know, it's so fun. You're like, wow, I have this on my head all
I
this time.
right? Oh my
It's pretty
gosh. I've been
amazing.
straightening my hair since the fourth grade and had no idea. So, thank you so
Thank you
much.
for
I'm
having
so
me.
glad to get to meet you, get to know you, get
Thank
my
you.
hair cut by you, and thank you for coming
Amazing.
on the show.
Thank you. That was fun.
Oh my
Thank you for
gosh.
inviting me.
Uh, thank you, Shy.